Good evening, adventurers. Welcome back to camp, where we will be telling another story of adventures out there. You guys are gathered around the fire, eating your breakfast. It's morning, the morning of when you were going to leave.
Leave for what again?
Adventuring.
Exploring.
Yep,
We were just gonna go explore.
that was the plan.
All right, let's do it.
You just want to go?
Yeah, Andrew's up for it. He's totally pumped.
Was there a specific reason we chose Southwest?
I think it's because you didn't want to go in Knoll territory.
Yeah,
I know to the north was because we were running out of room.
There's
Well,
still
that
a
was just for
lot
that was just for
south,
that was
though.
just for expanding. Never mind. Sorry, that was just for expanding.
Yeah, there's a lot to the north you have not seen. It's for hunting, because you've been only hunting slightly north of your camp. You will need to find new hunting grounds unless you want to start exhausting the supply of deer.
Hmm.
But
Which
you
we
know,
don't want to do.
to the south of you, just a few hours, is the ocean. To the east of you is the Gork clans, a couple of the Gork clans. Sorry, no, to the east is the Knoll area. To the west is the Gork clans.
And the north is Dragon Country.
Yeah, you don't know exactly how far north the island goes because you haven't gone super far. But Terrence and Foofy have seen dragons going up north, as well as Fernal has informed you that going far enough north takes you into dragon territory.
Didn't we learn that we can get like horns to signal the other clan?
Yeah, all of the clans have horns that they give to their scouting parties.
Is there one on the scouting party?
But we're not technically a clan, so we don't have one yet.
Was there one on the scouting party?
You didn't do anything with the scouting party?
No, yeah, we haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the Knoll scouting party does not have like horns or anything.
Horn, like a horn to blow.
Yeah, the orcs do though.
The Gorks, yeah. Usually reserved for emergencies when they absolutely need help or when they see gnolls.
Exactly. All right. Anyway, so I guess we should all go south, southwest, or east, southwest. I don't know. Just explore.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. might
I'm
as
up
well
for it as
start.
long as we get to see new plants.
Who wants to go?
I'll go.
Andrew wants to go. Oh,
Does anyone among us have a? Wait, do we actually have physical maps, or do we just like have people who know the area?
You just have people with mental maps. Jackson's character and Brody's character.
Okay, good. We'll just be off then. I'll bring food.
We're smart. Yeah.
Zacharias brings food.
Assume everyone else will supply themselves and continue work on the cabin while we're gone. And whatever projects we need doing.
How much food are you bringing?
At least 2 days worth, maybe.
Yeah, at
3.
least 2 days, 3 days.
So you're bringing a total of 8 foods?
Yes.
Then your peeps will have to. What do you kind of want them to do while you're gone? Who's working on what?
Terrence just keeps the ice chest full of ice.
So Fernal is staying. So Foofy and Fernal should do the mushroom farms.
Yeah, Fernal's definitely gonna be mushroom farming.
So is Foofy. Everyone else should help with the cabin. Is Terrence staying too?
Yeah, Terrence-
bringing Goodle? Okay, so yeah, Terrence will
Yeah.
maintain that and work on the cabin.
And I assume Ulfric's going in the tower?
Yeah, he'll keep watch for everybody. Drage, I don't know. Yeah, and then us. Oh
These-
yeah, and there's the goblin guy. Yeah.
These 4 are working on the cabin. Good, okay.
Yeah, I know. You know,
The
at
most
least
productive.
Terrence is there, so Terrence will help out the cabin well.
Maybe
You know, he
they'll
just has to
roll
go
more
and
than the
refreeze
one.
it.
That's true. Terrence doesn't have to be there the entire day.
Yeah, Terrence just refreezes.
So
the
between
ice chest.
between Terrence and Drage, they could probably get something done.
The other two.
The
We
other
need to
the
find
other
something better
three,
for them to
Cornwick's over
do.
here too. He sits.
You know what we could have them do is we could have them go gather just herbal stuff and food.
You could
You
have him
know?
do that as well, or
Yeah,
instead.
because they don't do a lot. So they could just go out and gather. Let's see.
Who do you want
No,
to
they
go out and
can't even
gather?
do that. They
Foraging. They can
don't
go
do much.
forage.
Who do you want to go forage?
Katrina and Cornwick.
Cornwick will
Hmm.
refuse.
All right, Katrina and the Goblin.
Cornwick will straight up refuse.
I don't know. I almost feel like Katrina might refuse.
No, Katrina won't
Ah, she-
refuse.
she-
She just won't probably come back
That's
with
true.
anything.
She's not racist. That's right.
She'll just do whatever.
Yeah, Karina's the opposite of racist.
Yeah, I
Not
just
quite the
remembered
opposite.
her back.
She's tolerant.
Yeah, she's tolerant of her own species, let alone others.
Yeah.
All right, so they're going out to
All right.
forage. Okay. Let's get the party going. Are you going the same direction, or you want to pick a different direction?
Same direction
Uh,
from what?
The
I don't
direction
know.
that you picked before, or do you want to go somewhere else?
Glim's the cartographer, right?
We'll just go the same direction. It seems fine.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, Yim, you got the mind
Glim.
stuff, the map, the mind map. So I don't know how much of this you can see and how much of it you can't, because I have both you and Jackson's thing saved on the same thing, and you can't really change that. So
Okay.
how much of this map can you see?
I can see this much. Sorry, I forgot how to do the hotkeys. No,
Can you see either of the clan names?
I can't see
Okay.
any names.
Yeah, so then you're probably just restricted to this small area. All right. So they said they wanted to go this sort of direction, but I don't know if you wanted to change that or not, or whatever.
No, we can go that way.
You just want to go that way.
Yeah.
Nobody else is saying anything.
Yeah, seems fine to me.
Oh, okay. I see.
So about an hour and a half, you get to the river point where you're gonna have to cross, as you've done many times before.
Perfect.
Boop. And now from here, people could have told you, Brody, that the Garnell camp is sort of in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go this way, about yay far, about 3 hours. Wait, 6 hours. About 6 hours in this direction, you'll find the Garnell camp.
All right.
And they were planning to explore sort of this area if you wanted to still do that.
Sure.
So kind of direct me on where you want to go.
Wherever you think there'll be stuff.
Yeah, what does the land look in this direction? I can't see much except for like maybe trees here.
Because
Okay.
this is literally 3 miles here
Okay.
from here to here. So you can see trees more or less. This is a river that goes this way and this way. You know the river feeds into the lake that's up here that's near your camp. There's a small bit of mountain here. Not a very big one, just like more like a hill.
Big hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go southeast or southwest.
Southwest, just straight like this.
Yep.
Okay.
Just see what's there.
All right. You leave the sort of the footpath that started to grow between the Garno clan and your guys' camp. Did you make your way south? West. While traveling, you eventually come upon a large lake. Directly right here.
The lake clean.
The lake is definitely clean. You see that there's a river that feeds away from it in on its south tip.
Do I see any interesting plant life forming around this?
Give me a
Lake.
nature check.
Wait, does botany give me? Yep, I have advantage because of botany. Yay!
Do it.
Wow.
Looking around at all the different plants, you would see that, being only like 4 hours away from camp, it's pretty much all the same sort of plants. You see a new flower maybe, but nothing spectacular.
Nothing in the lake itself.
You want to go look in the lake?
I want to go. Well, no. I'm trying to look from afar into the lake because I am a small gnome. I do not want to approach a large body of water by myself.
I'm also.
The only big person here is Zacharias.
Carry us.
Looking at the lake from afar, you'd see the sun like reflecting off of it. I don't.
Looks
Nothing's-
nice. There might be something next to it.
I can
Zacharias,
carry-
approach the lake.
Okay. Zacharias approaches the lake.
You get up to the lake's edge, you see a typical sandy beach that declines into the water and then suddenly drops off after about 3 feet.
Is
Hmm.
it safe?
Zacharias is gonna look at this. Is this the ocean
No, you
or
can
is
see
this a lake?
tree line on the other side and
Okay,
all
okay.
around.
Hmm.
You can
Zacharias is going to look very closely to ensure that this is safe.
Andrew's gonna skip a rock.
All right.
Hmm.
Looking, you don't see any creatures in particular. Looking down the beach, you might see a few deer drinking out of the lake and then sort of just hanging out.
Hmm. Looks safe to me.
Andrew's still gonna skip that rock.
Okay, you do so. Give me a dexterity check.
Ooh. Let's see. Should have been ready for that.
You get it to
Wow.
skip once, and then it just plops into the water.
Great. uh. Well, I mean, this lake's interesting and all, but I'm more interested in that deer down there.
Goodle's going to approach the lake, and he's going to look inside the lake to see if he sees any interesting plants.
You see no plants whatsoever. Just sand that goes to a sudden drop off, just like the lake up by your camp and the ocean.
Okay, he's going to take a small cup of the water in his hand and drink it.
Okay.
Does it taste different?
Tastes like lake water.
Tastes normal.
Maybe a little
Is
bit of something in there, but it's no different than again from the lake nearby your camp.
There's something in it. There's something in it.
The lake nearby your camp
Yeah.
that they've drank it out of a million times.
Yeah.
Zacharias is going to think about why this drop off may be a thing in a natural geographical sense.
How much does Zacharias know about geography?
Not much. That's why he has a -2.
So
Glim would know.
you probably have no idea why this would be dropped off.
These deep lakes are very strange.
Can Goodle try to see if he can understand why?
Sure, give me a roll.
Without advantage, because this is not about plants.
Whoa!
So with water, drop-offs can happen. They usually don't go super deep after the drop-off. And they also should be fairly rare. So the fact that it seems to be on every body of water larger than a river is very strange.
I have a theory. The
Yeah?
lakes are all connected underground.
Well, that's it could be true. Well,
But
why
can
would
you
they?
prove it with science?
It's plausible.
You just see Goodle stroking his beard.
Well, I don't know about you, but where'd those deer go? He's looking around for more deer.
You see some about a mile up the beach.
Oh, this is a
I want that
big
deer.
lake.
The lake is about 4 miles long, but only like a mile and a half wide.
Okay, so it's a longer lake.
Yep.
Well, Anders gonna start stalking off towards those deer if no one else is gonna do anything.
Goodle will ask Zacharias if he can hitch a ride.
What, across the lake?
No, just riding on your shoulder. I am fairly old and fairly small.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
He hefts you up onto his shoulder with uncomfortable ease.
I only weigh maybe 50 pounds when I'm soaking wet.
But even then, it's like he's picking up a cup.
All right, so Ander, you want to give me your stealth roll to go hunting?
Heck yeah, let's do it.
All right. They don't seem to notice your approach.
Booyah! Oh, then I'll hunt them, of course.
You're gonna fire at them.
Of course.
How tall is Zacharias?
Give me your attack roll. Zacharias, were you gonna answer that?
Sorry, what was the question? I got distracted for a second.
How tall is Zacharias?
Ooh, let me check.
Uh,
Tall?
roll damage.
I'm refreshing.
I don't have it written down, but I know he's at least 6'3".
Yeah, my guy's 2.5.
So your arrow goes flying true and sticks into the butt of one of the elk or deer, and they start bounding away. The entire herd starts dispersing.
I'll follow the one that got stuck.
Of course, it is naturally slower than the rest at this point.
Well, I guess Anders gone.
Next chance I get, I'll shoot it.
What do you want to do?
Attack roll.
Glim runs with them.
Hmm. Well, now Glim's gone too.
Damage. You still haven't killed it.
I wasn't
come
able to
on.
see where Ander went with that stealth, so perhaps I'm just going to take a swim.
I shall watch from the shoreline.
Ender, I want in athletics to see if you can keep up with it at this point.
Oh.
Hey!
You keep up with it. One more attack roll.
In the meantime, Zacharias is going to start swimming around in the water to work his muscles big.
So you
If
hit
you
it.
see any plants, bring them back.
I will!
It's down.
Nice.
Also, Zacharias is swimming around with his sword and shield also.
Yeah. So you get in the water and it is very cold, very chilly.
Oh yeah, what season is it again?
Yeah, as said, but it's middle of fall, I think.
Okay, that makes sense then.
I have the calendar somewhere. Here it is.
Well, water temperature doesn't really change with outside temperature much.
But with
Not as
the
much, but
mixture of the
over
air
a few.
and the water,
Yeah.
it's very, very
That,
cold.
that, that'll make him cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over a while.
Zacharias is. Should I roll a Constitution check to overpower the
And-
cold?
It would also it also affects the weather affects like lakes and stuff.
It's
It
actually the other
doesn't
way
affect
around.
the ocean very well.
The water in the lakes as it evaporates affects the weather.
Well, I know, but the lakes itself do get colder during winter months.
Yes.
Yeah. they do freeze.
They freeze and stuff. Yeah.
Frio.
What were you saying, Zacharias, or somebody said
I'm
something?
gonna try to overpower the coldness with my pure will.
All right.
Constitution.
Constitution check.
Sure. Yeah.
This is a saving throw. But... Ugh.
It's very cold, but you can swim if you'd like. It's not gonna
Yes.
like hurt you to swim.
He continues swimming then.
Okay. How far out are you going?
No, he's just gonna no further than like 20 feet from the shore.
From the shore, from the drop off.
From the shore.
Okay.
He's
Uh,
gonna have his sword with him because he wants to practice swimming with the sword just in case he gets attacked by another water
Beast.
So you start swimming and swimming around. Give me athletics, I guess, to see how well you can swim.
I don't think I get advantage on anything like this. So here's his normal athletics. His weak athletics.
Very weak.
Weak.
You seem to swim just fine, even wearing heavy equipment. At some point, though, some people from the shoreline would notice another shape sort of rise from the water a little bit and start moving towards Zacharias.
Zacharias, he's under the water.
Zacharias is going to look back to where they're looking.
You see like a fin coming towards you.
Zacharias is going to smile and ready his sword
Oh my
to
god.
strike the creature.
Let's
Looks like
roll-
someone's back for round 2.
Let's roll initiative.
He says, not aware that this isn't the ocean.
I get a roll too because I'm sitting on the shoreline.
Hey, and you could just freeze the water and run on over.
I'm not Terrence.
Oh, wait, you're right. Dang it.
I can throw bombs from the shoreline.
That's good at
Yeah,
least.
drink some alchemy.
No, I actually have bombs I can throw.
But would they work in the water?
They explode.
Would they work on the water though?
As long as I hit the thing, it will explode. It is volatile enough to explode.
All right.
All right. Tokens.
There are no tokens.
There are now. Here, join us on this page. You can click your token here. 2 people already rolled, so I'll just throw you in. And Goodle.
Do you need David and I too?
Anyone who wants to join.
Oh, we're far away though. We were chasing that deer.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're up the shore actually, about a mile.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. So.
I'd forgotten that.
Because if they're gonna go into combat, I'm gonna go rinse my plate.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna rinse my plate.
All right, you do that.
I will yell at my dog.
There it is. All right. From the water, from the fin itself, it starts rising more, and a large blue head is now seen above the water. Anyone can give me a nature check if they want to try and identify this creature.
Okay, I'll try. It's the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, sure is the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
Do I know what it is?
Yeah, hold on, give me a second.
No problem.
Well, there it is.
Oh, hey, it's a giant shark.
Yeah, Goodle knows what it is. It's a giant shark. Let's...
In freshwater?
Yeah, in fresh water. That's also a little strange.
Yes, very
Hey,
strange.
that might support your theory.
It may just support my theory.
Advantage toggle, whisper toggle. Okay, there we go. Alright, so the shark. Let's the shark is descending upon Zacharias. Goodle, what do you do?
How far is it from me?
About I'm gonna say 40 feet out because Zacharias was 20 and the shark's almost to him.
Okay, which means I can throw something.
You also know
Since I was...
uh
Oh,
you also out of let's see, I don't know how to phrase that. You know that the shark is a CR5.
Challenge rating 5.
Yep, there you go.
Ooh. You need to get out of there. As he throws one of his bombs
Okay.
at the shark.
since I was aware of the shark before we rolled, can I use a reaction again?
Not technically,
Uh,
because it
Go ahead.
doesn't get like a surprise round or anything, which is good. How far is your thing? 20. So you're gonna need to roll with disadvantage because you are further than 20 feet.
Okay, I'll re-roll that.
hey,
It was disadvantage, not advantage.
I know, so I keep the 15.
15 does hit.
Okay. Take 7 damage.
What type of damage is that?
You had me just listed as splashing damage. It kind of explodes, so it could be whatever you want it to be.
I guess we'll just say fire.
maybe it's concussive.
So it could be. So the bomb hits the shark on like the snout, and it seems to thrash and dive a little bit. You can't see it anymore at this point, but you hit it. Did a little bit of damage.
Get out of there.
Anything else?
That's his turn. He's got no bonus actions.
Zacharias, you feel the water around you start shifting as you see giant jaws coming to clamp around you.
He attempts to block.
Also, the giant shark, by the way, is a huge
Megalodon
creature.
size.
Yeah.
It's able to eat you in one gulp.
Oh,
So let's give the attack roll. What's your armor class?
16, unless I can use reaction to improve.
No, it definitely hits you.
Great.
So the shark comes from below. You see it coming, and it's a lot bigger than you expected.
Oh!
And it takes a big bite along your midsection, and you take 15 piercing damage.
Oh. Turns out it's just a big pushover.
Yeah, it didn't roll well.
It still bits you. That's still bad.
So it goes to bite you, and it's bigger than you expect. Goes to bite you, but you're able to sort of swim out of the way a little bit, and it just kind of scrapes across you. So now you have a big gash down your chest.
Okay.
So as it bites it, as it scrapes across you, it's now jumped out of the water slightly and then landed back in the water, causing a large splash. Zacharias, it's next to you.
Is it okay? As it's splashing down, he's going to attempt to cut into it
Okay.
Bravely.
What does brave strike mean?
That's just my normal attack.
Okay.
He's always brave.
That's why I call mine bombs fire.
You
'cause
do have-
he just throws a bomb.
Yeah, you do have to roll disadvantage, however, because you're treading water. And you don't have a swimming speed. You do hit,
Nope.
though.
And I'm gonna go and use a bonus action to heal up for 10.
So you stick your sword in its side. Doesn't go quite as far as you were expecting it to, but as far as it goes, and it does a nice deep cut, it doesn't bleed.
Is it possible that I could attempt to grapple it with my sword like I did the other creature?
I don't remember exactly how we did that.
I don't either, but I remember it happened.
Yeah, you can just replace one of your attacks with a grapple, I think. So if you want to do a grapple check, you can do that.
Oh, I have 2 attacks, don't I?
So you can replace your attack with your second attack with the grapple.
Yeah, okay, so that's athletics?
Yep.
Do I have disadvantage still?
No, because you're just trying to
Alright.
grab onto the thing.
He pushes his sword into it and uses it as a pike to stick himself.
So your sword gets stuck on something in the shark's hide, and you're able to hold on as it starts pulling you through the water now.
He he gives Goodall a thumbs up as his head disappears under the water.
Is it diving again?
I would
Yeah.
assume so.
Yeah, it's diving.
Guys,
Jeez.
after like hooking in with his sword, he tried his best to grip the fins so that later on he can start trying to stab.
Okay.
Is it still visible at all?
Yes, technically, because it hasn't moved yet.
Okay, is it... how far away from me is it?
About 20 feet out.
So if I were to attack it with another bomb, would I roll disadvantage or...
No, you'd roll regular because 20 feet out.
Okay. Let me take a look at what something does real quick. Yeah, that wouldn't work in water. Okay. I will hurl another bomb, I guess.
All right.
It was almost a nat 20. Almost a nat 20.
You still hit it.
Nice.
9. So as Zacharias turns, gives his thumbs up, the bomb slams into the creature's tail as it's starting to disappear beneath the water.
Yep. And that does my turn.
It's your turn. The shark is going to try and shake Zacharias off. Give me
Is that
give me
another
your
athletic?
athletics to try and hang on.
Oof!
It rolled worse than you, believe it or not.
Yes!
So you're able to hang on, and it continues to go deeper. You're about 50 feet below the surface now.
50 feet?
Yes. Zacharias.
Cool. If I let go, does it keep going? And if, like, do I get attacked if I let go and try to swim away?
Potentially. Oh, yeah, you get an opportunity attack. Yeah, definitely.
Can I disengage in water?
Probably.
Alright,
I just Don't really know how it'll work, but yeah, probably.
He'll hold his shield down. He'll hold his shield down as he kicks off the back of the shark and starts disengaging up. So
What about
roll
your sword?
athletics.
What about your
Oh.
sword?
I mean, he's holding onto his sword. He just pulls it out.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So you're going to start trying to swim?
Yeah, swim upwards.
Give me your athletics for swimming.
Ah!
Okay, so you do...
Do we have inspiration? We use that in this one, right?
I think so, probably. Yeah, just you have inspiration. Everyone starts
I'll
with inspiration.
Yeah, I'll spend it so I can re-roll that garbage. Much better.
All right, so you move half your speed, so you get now you're 35 feet below surface.
All right.
How long can you hold your breath again?
How do you calculate that?
I think it's your con modifier in rounds.
That doesn't make. So I could hold my breath for 12 seconds?
That's probably not correct. Then. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double check. I didn't expect you to grapple
The
with a
longest-
shark.
The
Would you
longest
get his
anybody has ever
charisma?
held their breath is like is close to a minute, maybe 2. But
Yeah, but I could hold my breath for at least like 12 seconds without any trouble, and I don't think I have 14 con.
Okay.
It's 1 plus con modifier, minimum 30 seconds.
Okay, yeah. So what is?
30 seconds would be 5 rounds.
So you have 5 rounds. All right. So you're 35 below the water. Anything else? I think that's your turn, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Goodle.
Goodle is gonna prep to throw him a Cure Wounds potion.
Okay. So you hold your action for when Zacharias breaks the water.
Yeah.
Okay. The shark is going to turn around and make its way back to Zacharias. It seems to be moving much more with more purpose now, almost like with more purpose, but also semi-erratically. So like it's in a blood frenzy.
Oh, good. Does that happen when it's injured or something else is injured?
When something else is injured.
Oh, good.
So now it's gonna come up and take you a big bite out of you. You take 33 damage.
If I added 3 to my AC, would it still hit?
It would. Because your
Great.
AC at that point would be 19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would still hit.
Cool.
You still up?
I sure am.
All right. I told you it rolled badly before.
Yeah.
Um.
I sure can't take another hit. Oh,
So it does take
boy.
like a big chomp out of your side, but you're able to wrestle yourself free of it as it's now your turn.
He burbles at it and tries to swim away more.
Are you disengaging again?
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Come on. Oh, come on!
Yep. So you get another half your speed, so you're 20 feet below the surface.
Great.
Goodle, he's not showing up.
If I go in, I'm getting swallowed in one fell swoop.
You just can't see any trace of Zacharias. A couple bubbles might have shown up from when he gurgled.
Maybe some blood.
Yeah, the water's turning sort of red where Zacharias kind of should be.
Oh, there's not much I can do.
Oh, wait! Oh, I forgot! Can I perhaps go back in time and
Second
axe
wind?
and surge?
Oh, action surge. Sure, you can
Yeah,
do it.
and swim again?
Sure.
Can
You
I
also have
attempt
second
another-
wind.
I already used that.
Oh, okay.
Can I attempt another athletics?
When did you use that? I
One,
didn't see that.
please.
He used it up when he first got hit, the hero's survival.
Yeah, when I first got hit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If I didn't use it, I'd be dead.
Oh, good. So you get another 15 feet. So you're about
He's
5
5
feet below the surface. You can actually see Zacharias' hands as he's swimming up.
He's giving a thumbs down with his hand.
I'm tossing him a Cure Wounds potion.
All right. Just give a dex check.
Oh crap! Do I click the Dex thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
That saves.
I mean, technically you're proficient in throwing potions and stuff, so you had your proficiency modifier. But that's more than enough.
That's 20.
You get
Yeah.
the Cure Wounds potion to just right where he is. So Zacharias, on your turn. The shark's turn.
Miss, miss, miss.
Shark's gonna make its way up. Take another bite.
Or swallow him whole or something.
That is a crit.
Are you serious?
Ooh.
Oh, rip Zacharias.
So you see Zacharias coming up. He's grabbing at the potion, and the shark comes from right behind him, swallowing him whole. The shark lands back in the water and swims away.
That still might mean you're alive.
Yeah, I kind of want to message you about something.
Yeah, okay. Send me your message real fast. Goodle, you just witnessed this. What are you doing?
Dropping to his knees.
And the other two don't even know what's happened. I guess the other two probably would have heard the first and second time it splashed. So you probably could have seen some of it if you wanted to look.
We're carrying a deer.
Eventually, I guess you guys make your way back to Goodle.
Bringing the deer with us.
Yep.
Where'd Zacharias go?
He's
in
tea
a
fishing.
shark.
In a shark? What do you mean in a shark?
He got swallowed whole.
Wait. You mean he went swimming and got swallowed by a shark?
Yes.
He's just completely astounded. But is he still alive?
I don't know.
Glim puts the deer down.
We need to find him. We need to go in after him.
A giant shark swallowed Zacharias whole.
Where's the shark?
I am 2.5 feet tall.
There's a healing potion floating on the surface. Wait, did Zacharias grab it?
Zacharias is grabbing at it. It can have missed the shark's mouth. Like the shark's when it was grabbing Zacharias and coming out of the water was parting outside of the mouth, and so the potion floated out.
Makes sense, makes sense.
You can still see the potion. I tried to throw him.
The waves have probably moved it about 5 feet from shore.
I ain't going in.
Well, there. Glim, is there anything you can do?
Ugh. Maybe a fishing pole.
Ugh. I have an idea. Andrew starts to take off his gear and clothing, other than his sword. And does he have leather armor or something on? I don't know. Let me check. He's got leather armor. He's just gonna drop his pack and everything else with it, other than his sword, his short sword. And I'm pretty sure he would just get swallowed up in one bite if he goes in. But he's just gonna try to go in the water and see if he can see anything. So he's gonna go in.
Do you go in past the drop off, or are you just going to the drop off?
He's going to the drop off and looking down.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything. The blood is dispersing. It's almost all gone at this point.
And Goodle is just watching in horror.
He's gonna stay really close to the drop off and just swim a little bit further down. See if you can see anything.
My theory was correct. These are all connected.
You start swimming down, and as you get further down, you notice at some point vegetation starts growing on like the walls,
Oh. Okay.
and it starts to turn into sort of more of a solid rock as it starts going down.
Alright, he's gonna go up for air. Freaking shark ate Zacharias. Not Zacharias!
No, the mayor of
Like
Lepton.
life.
Oh no, it's named after him too.
Named after him.
What a pity.
Oh no. Um. Is it possible I could roll perception to see if I see anything at all? Like where the shark could have gone?
That's pretty much impossible.
Oh, dang it.
You can't really track in the water.
I mean, I did leave a blood trail, probably.
Not for very far.
That's fair.
Yeah, not
It-
for very far.
You just cut into the creature's like fat and skin. It didn't actually bleed.
I mean, Zacharias did.
Yeah, Zacharias did.
Hey, I blew a hole in its tail.
It's true.
Yeah, it's probably got a decent hole in its tail now.
Alright, well he comes out of the water back to Glim and Goodle. There's vegetation down there, but there's no shark.
My theory was correct. As you see, like a tear start coming from Goodle's eyes.
You haven't even known him that long. He was a buffoon anyway. Well, he's gone. Whatever. Let's go back. I can be the new ruler.
Ruler,
I mean, mayor.
your head's full of air.
No, it's not. Who else is good enough to lead this stupid town? I've been the only one doing it.
We all lead
Zacharias was
together.
just there to be the mascot of the town. Well, he's gone. If I see a shark ever again, maybe I'll see if it's got some bones or something in it.
All right, so
Andrew's just gonna go back to his deer.
Goodle just trudges back to camp.
you just take this deer back to camp.
Yep.
You were out for about 4 hours.
Oh no.
You come back in another 4 hours. So you were gone a total of 8 hours, and you come back
Huh.
to camp.
No. Defeat. He was all alone in the water, just death. Wasn't he the highest level of all of us, too?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Just keep
He was
fish.
level 5.
The shark was the same level as Zacharias.
Oh,
No.
goodness.
A CR5 creature means 4 level 5 creatures could maybe stand a chance against it.
Yeah.
Wait, I think, okay, if that's the case, I made a bad decision, because I thought it was like Pathfinder, where like 4 level 5 characters would be like a fairly easy combat.
No, it's like a even combat.
It's
Oh. Okay.
And doing it in his home turf and not yours was just made it that much harder.
I didn't realize it was going to take me down 50 feet in 6 seconds.
Yeah, the giant shark has 50 feet movement speed.
Oof.
Or swim speed.
My.
Zacharias isn't here. Bye.
No!
You return defeated.
Goodle's not even gonna look at anyone. He's just gonna trudge over.
Andrew's just kind of walking through town.
So, what happened? Where's Zacharias?
Goodle got Zacharias killed.
What?
Well, we found a lake, and Goodle wanted to know if there was vegetation in it. And so he was like, Zacharias, go to the lake. He walked up to it. One thing led to another. A giant shark ate Zacharias.
Why were you in a giant lake with a shark?
Well, it wasn't me. I was hunting a deer. He kind of points to the deer.
Glim's just leaning on it.
We brought back some food.
So, you fought a shark?
One less mouth to feed.
Start skinning it.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing.
I feel like
just,
with this vocal display, does anybody want him to be the lead?
David is not worthy.
Anyone in the camp
I
thinks
mean, he
he's
won't
really
try.
No,
Oh,
I think at
boy.
this point, Drage and Terrence have stopped what they were doing and walk up as well.
Well, I did go in the water after him and try to see where the shark went and find him, but yeah, he was already long gone. Yeah.
Goodle's just sitting underneath the fort over here.
He's just like super sad. I don't know what to say about Goodle. I think he's had a very traumatic experience.
I guess
Just
I'm playing
200-year-old gnomes
Yep.
just sitting under a tree.
Yeah, you're playing Fernal now.
Fernal.
You don't ever have to worry about choosing a character again.
Yay! The one time I choose freaking Zacharias again.
I know. He lasted for
Yes.
10 minutes.
Yep.
Oh god.
Fernal's gonna see how sad he is. She's gonna come over, kind of like say something in a language he doesn't understand, but she has like a well-meaning smile and she hands him a
He'll say, "1 sec." He'll reach into his bag, grab his potion of comprehend languages, and drink it. And he'll speak back in Gorkish. Sorry, now I can understand you.
Comprehend?
You wouldn't be able to speak
No,
Gork.
you
You
don't
could
be able to
understand it.
understand.
So unless
So-
you give her one as well.
Yeah, I'll give her one.
Okay. I don't know entirely what she said. I was just thinking she says some random Gorkish saying of like, "Hey, it's okay. We all have bad days."
But more Gorkish.
Oh, bad
Yeah,
days.
and Gorkish, it's sometimes you miss the big boar, but you still catch the small mouse.
It's not that Zacharias is dead.
Oh.
He
See,
looks like a
Does Fernal laugh?
no.
The chief is dead. The chief
dead,
is
eh?
dead.
No, she looks sad too, and then nods and goes back to looking at fungus.
I think we should call a town meeting.
That's what I was thinking. Everyone, town meeting. Come hither.
There's so much less blonde here now.
And big rippling muzzles.
Yeah, who's gonna lift all these logs?
Well, I think we have lost someone very near and dear to our hearts.
You're still
The
gone?
lifeblood, the namesake of this town, Zacharias Lupton III. He led a long and fruitful life until the moment he decided to fight a shark.
A long life of 21 years of age.
Fruitful as he established this town.
Oh wait, no, he was
This-
19.
This village.
Right.
Oh my gosh, he was 19
Barely a man.
Lost.
Yeah, no, he's always been way too manly for his age.
Yeah. It was all an act.
It really is, though. It's always been.
Well, he has given us these very measly beginnings, but we shall see it to fruition through his sacrifice. We will become the greatest power in these new lands under the name of Lupton. Unless you want to change it, because he's gone now. But we could keep it the same. We can make a statue in his honor, even, if we have any good
I
artists.
like the statue idea.
Yes, yeah, I just came up with that.
How do we choose a new leader?
Goodle's just still sitting under the tree, kind of paying attention.
Well, I like myself as a leader, just because, I already do that.
Maybe we should put it to a vote.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
I agree to the vote.
Verna looks around confused as she has no translate.
You have
Comprehend languages.
you have
Oh,
Trina.
True,
yeah,
true.
comprehend languages.
Are you
Yeah.
translating for her?
No, you
No,
have
you
it.
have comprehend languages. You can understand.
Oh, I see, I see.
Did you
I
not? drink
I
the
can
potion?
understand you.
She
so-
starts. Oh, can you understand her?
Yes, because I drink a potion of comprehend languages too.
Yeah. Did you drink the potion? Because if
Yes.
so, you both have it.
Yeah. So then she'll say to him, "Karina's not here,
I can translate for you.
but Karina needs to vote." And
He'll say
Krugig.
he'll say aloud, "Our friend Fernell thinks that everyone should be here to vote."
Where's the where's the small goblin? Krugik.
Krugig
With
and
Karina.
Karina went out.
Well, isn't Karina? They're foraging. Oh,
They should be back soon.
I forgot they were foraging.
We should wait until they get back for the vote.
Well, yeah, I guess if you really want to wait, yeah, no, not a problem.
So everyone can vote.
Yes.
She's going to also mention to ask who all want to be chief.
We should also see who wants to be chief.
Well, I
Other-
want to. And he raises his hand.
Maybe we should nominate other people.
Yes, I think that's a better idea.
Voice your opinion.
Karina thinks or mentions Fernell.
That would be a
Fernell-
thing.
Fernell thinks Karina should be it.
For the record, Karina's really the only one Fernell knows.
You know, Terrence kind of. You
That's
and
true.
him talked a bit.
Yeah, she'll also suggest Terrence.
She's
Fernell
very
thinks
vocal
Karina
for
or
being
Terrence should
Come
take
on.
vote.
Well, I mean, I don't know who else would be good to lead the town.
Well, not you. You're too brash.
At least I'm smart.
Hey, I can meet you on that much.
It doesn't just take cunning for a good leader.
Who says that?
Ofric.
Ulfric's this one, right?
Fernell
Yeah, the
points
old
her
man.
spirit at him, like not like in a hostile way, but just points at him and mentions to him leader.
I second that. Me and Fernell think Ulfric should take over as leader.
Do you have any leading experience, Ulfric?
I was captain of the guard once.
Well, you know how to manage that.
She then whispers to Goodall in a way that suggests she doesn't want her voice repeated. Too old
Too old to what? Fight?
to fight.
But that's only for my ears.
You've seen
Yes.
him fight, haven't you? You've seen him fight in the Knoll fight.
Yeah, but he's old too.
Yeah.
And he also complained the whole time.
I'm
He didn't
just as old as he is.
Yeah, he didn't complain
Not
during the
older.
fight. He complained when he bent his back doing branch work,
I guess that's true.
which is why he's just on watching duty now, is because he can't really do manual labor.
Yeah.
What
better
better
leader
leader than one who watches?
Well, he can also take care of all the clan stuff. Goodle's not really thinking too much right now. He's in mourning.
Foofy is gonna just kind of interject. Well, I for one do not want to be leader, not one bit.
Glim chimes in, I agree.
With me not wanting to be leader?
And with that, me not wanting to be leader.
Oh, of
Both-
course.
Both Terrence and Goodle will say they don't want the job either.
Fernell, it's pretty obvious.
You could always make me the leader. Cornwick points at himself.
No!
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, but as we said, we're recommending other people for the position.
Well, in Ender speaks of, well, I don't really. There's not a whole lot of options right now. It doesn't have to be permanent. I get it. You want Ulfric.
No, of course. If someone better comes in for the job and at least semi wants it, we could probably give it to them.
What if it was a council?
Council. That's
Yes,
not a bad idea.
you still need someone to lead the council.
Does that word even translate into my brain?
You can understand everything that's being said.
But is there even the word council in my language?
Comprehended.
Do I understand councils?
Do you?
The sort of shamans and clerics would be more of a council-ish type
Okay,
thing.
okay,
So,
it makes sense.
If anything,
Well,
Doodle can just say
that
a
wouldn't
circle of
be-
leaders.
Yeah, who would want to be in this circle then?
Well, we should probably have one person for each different department. One person for construction, one person for defense, one person for gathering, and one person for maintenance.
I'm sure there's more departments in there, but we'll go with what we got.
That's the 4 basic compartments for now.
Well, Glim, you should be the one for construction.
I guess I'll smooch on it.
Ulfric, you were the captain of the guard once. You probably know a lot about defense.
indeed, I would know.
Fernal raises her hand. Gathering!
Goodle and Fernal, you're both pretty good with nature and foraging and gathering.
That's what she just said. She wants to be the leader of gathering.
Well, then we'll assign Fernal to that. What was the other category you mentioned?
Maintenance, kind of making
Maintenance?
sure everything's well looked after.
He looks. Points it over.
I already assigned him for defense.
He looks
But
after
he does nothing but look.
he looks after people. I'm talking about looking after items, making sure everything stays in good condition.
He'd be a
Oh,
keep.
He's
Corn?
fridge boy. Make
Did you
ice.
try? Yes.
Terrence will step up to the place of maintenance leader. Making sure everything's stocked.
And then I could be the leader of the council.
No, you're not being leader of the council, old man.
Why ever not? There's only a few of us.
Ulfric.
She wants Ulfric.
We obviously want to put it to a vote then, don't we?
I feel like Ulfric's the only thing that she can say that doesn't need to be translated.
Yeah, names.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. Karina. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Well,
yes.
I guess we should wait for the others to get back, and then we'll do a vote.
What's another idea we have in case they don't vote for it?
Well, it kind of makes sense that the leaders vote on who is their leader.
That would make sense.
Rule cannot vote for self.
I agree with that one.
Yes. Of
Well, the
course.
4 leaders, Terrence, Glim, Ulfric, and Fernel. You can vote for whoever you want to be your leader.
Ulfric.
Terrence will say, I doubly choose Ulfric.
Ulfric will vote for probably Glim.
Glim will vote for Oak.
There you go. Ulfric is now
Yeah.
the head of defense as well as the head of the council.
All right, then. Ender sulks away.
However, before this ends,
Kind of leans back. Huh?
I suggest a rotation.
What do you mean?
Only for that, only a time period where councils not to be overextended beyond power.
It
Makes
makes sense. However, with so few members, having a rotation might be impossible.
Also, you've only been here for like 3 weeks.
True.
Yeah, he'll translate. Gouda will translate because she still can't speak English.
Yeah. Hey, I got 8 days of training.
Yeah. We should probably wait on trying to impose some sort of rotation until a later date. When we grow.
Once there are enough people to be upset about it.
I will agree with you on that one, friend.
Yeah, that's one way to put it for sure.
I'm only putting at it long.
Yes,
long
long-term
term.
rotation is smart.
Well,
That's
we're
right.
on the long term yet.
All right, so you sort of are turning into a republic.
It works, I guess.
We are currently a democratic republic, guys. We are the United States.
This is the United
People choose
Islands.
their leaders. The
You
leaders
will
vote
not
among
know
their leaders
that.
for a leader.
The leaders represent us, and then they make the decisions for us.
United Islands of Gork.
Yes.
Wait, there's multiple islands?
No, we
What?
shall just be known as the Gork Republic.
Or we could just call ourselves the Republic.
We could
Of
stick with
Lupton?
Lupton
Very
Well,
wicked.
like, look,
in
Let's-
honor of our fallen leader.
agreed.
You'll be a martyr.
He died. Well, I told him to get out of there, and he didn't listen to me. But
That sounds exactly right.
I mean, he listened. He gave you a thumbs up. He just didn't do what you said. It was
Oh,
very
boy.
clear. He heard what you were saying. He just didn't want to do it.
Did we want to continue the expedition? It's
Time
still
has
smart to see the
passed.
surrounding area.
I have also started carving this deer. I shall not continue. This deer is done.
apparently, he was carving that ear.
Oh, yeah, I can
Affording-
finish that for you.
No, yes, we could finish. We can do the expedition in like either tomorrow or the next day.
What days? What light is it?
It's. I think the sun has already set. Actually,
Then no, we shall not continue.
I grow weary. I must rest.
Doc.
With long day.
How much progress did they make on the cabin?
it should actually be the 6th as well, not the 5th.
8 hours of work.
Yeah, 8
8
hours,
hours
of
of
work.
work between 2 people.
Yeah, 2 people. I'm just gonna roll 1 dice.
Come on,
Ooh!
slacking.
All right, I got to roll on the mishaps table.
No! Who got the one?
No.
It's
This
like
is
they
the-
were in the middle of something important when you guys came back with the news and something broke.
Oh,
Let's see what it
Oh.
is. Where's the construction rules? There it is. Oh, it's not bad. It was negligible.
Okay, good.
It was a what?
It was negligible.
through
Like a
floorboards.
wall fell over, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have to fix that."
So
Oh
it's
well,
just- Okay.
that's the next one down. They just like stepped through the floorboards or something.
Oh, I'm saying nothing like broke, and it didn't. You didn't
Oh.
lose any sort of things. Yeah, wall collapse is a different thing. Like if it's like shattered or something like that.
Oh, sorry.
With this one, a wall just fell over, and now they have to redo some of the work that they were doing.
Yeah, they have to like re-put it up and re-put it in, make sure
Yeah.
it stays.
Nothing broke. You didn't lose anything. You didn't lose time. Nothing.
Good.
Okay.
Awesome.
They just didn't do anything today because all of their work just got squandered.
great.
Well, there was a large herd of deer southwards, so that's a good hunting grounds.
Yes.
I might go back out when we need more food.
Agreed. Maybe we should add a category of No, actually, Terrence would probably just fit under that, wouldn't he?
Maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance would fit under like
Food.
just gathering and stuff like that.
Yeah, because Fernell is in charge
Resources
of
up.
gathering.
So technically, Terrence is in charge of whenever Ander wants to go out hunting.
Yeah, Fernell's in charge of gathering plants and making sure that everything herbal is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But Terrence is over that stuff. I will be right back.
All right.
Goodle's just gonna go to bed and cry himself to sleep.
Well, our relations with the Gorks are going to be a little iffy now.
True, they really liked Zacharias.
Yes. Well,
You liked
I
them
was
too.
thinking, we could bring them more ice if they figured out a use for it, and then we could probably get something else out of it.
We could do that.
On the next expedition, we could do that. We could bring the goods that we have as well.
What was Fernal in charge of? What was her position?
She does gathering.
Oh, she does the gathering.
Yeah.
Oh, so Ender has to report to her for hunting.
Okay. How much is a deer worth for food?
I'll
Because we only used about 1 day's worth of food. Oh, well, not even that much for Zacharias, because he only went half a day.
I'm still just gonna take off a full day just to make it easy.
Okay.
Someone better quickly teach Tefernal what the words for hunting are. She probably knows how to count in common, at very least.
5, and then if you minus... I'm gonna say the deer gives you maybe 6 would make sense.
Okay.
So I don't think your food changed at all today. I think you maintained the same amount of food.
Works.
You might have a net positive 2 actually. I don't remember what it was.
We have 9, 10, 11. We have 11 people in the camp now.
Oof.
So, you go to bed, wake up in the morning. What is the plan for this day?
I want to go back to the lake.
Fernal is interested after comprehending that they visited a lake. She's interested in checking it out and seeing if there's any interesting plants.
It's
Club.
pretty close to the Gork, or the Garnal clan area. They've probably been there.
Should I roll to see if I know any?
Are they
anything
territorial?
cool?
The Garnal are probably one of the least territorial. It's about 3.5 hours away from the Garnal camp. So they've
They're
probably
also our
like been there,
ally.
but they haven't they're not there frequently.
Should I roll to see what I know about the place?
If you'd like,
Nature?
sure. Roll nature.
For specifics, can I roll to see what plants are around there and if they're useful?
Yeah. So go ahead and roll with your botany bonus or plants bonus.
Hey! Wow! Looks like it wasn't Zacharias who was cursed. It's just me.
So yeah, Fernal doesn't know of any sort of special plants that would be down there. You
Then
do
she'll
know,
go to
however,
find out.
lakes do tend to have large creatures in them. Future reference.
Good to know now.
Yeah.
She'll go with them.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to sign off for the night.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Trent.
Night.
See you.
See ya.
Night.
Yeah, she can go with to check what plants and stuff.
Okay. So you start heading off, I guess. Is Ender coming?
I mean, I'm only going if they're going.
I know.
Well, I mean,
I know Glim wanted to.
Glim did.
Yeah, you want to go to the lake.
All
Yeah,
right.
she'll
Well,
go.
as the rest of you can maintain the camp while we're gone. Whatever. Andrew will come along, considering he's now an underling of Fernal.
Technically, nobody has official positions. You can just be in any
Yeah.
position at any given day.
I guess. Whatever. He'll follow. He'll come along.
So you guys make your way back to the lake. You get back to the spot where Zacharias was taken.
Oof.
Taken from us. Oh.
You see a small cure wounds potion sitting in the sand.
Yeah, we'll grab it. Ender will pick it up if no one else will.
Yeah, from that point,
Infernal doesn't know what it is.
I start going to the water.
All right, you're now in the water.
Infernal will watch with a tilted, confused head.
How
Ender will have his bow ready with an arrow knocked, just in case anything shows its dastardly face.
how far are you going into this water?
20 feet out.
20 feet out.
Yeah.
You sure?
All right, so you get 20
Well,
feet out. You
once
start swimming.
Once you. Oh man, I was
Give me
gonna
your
say.
athletics. You're having a hard time swimming with all of your equipment and stuff.
Better check this off.
You make your way back to
Come
shore.
back.
What are you taking off?
I'm gonna go back to shore.
Yep.
And it's gonna go right up to Glim. What are you thinking going out that far? That's how far Zacharias went out.
Did it drop his shield? I don't think my clothes are pretty heavy, right?
I don't know. Depends what you're wearing.
I don't even know what I am.
If you're wearing heavy clothing and you decide to go swimming, you made a huge mistake, especially in the middle of fall.
No, well, I'm a barbarian, so I'm not wearing much clothing anyway, so it's just regular cloth.
Especially in the middle of fall, you're going to want something dry to be in when you get out of the water.
Yeah.
So you're just going to drop your shield and strip down, pretty much?
Yep.
So you keep your weapon?
I keep my mace.
Okay. You go back out swimming again. Or you're going to respond to Ander or something, no?
No, he was just questioning what I'm doing, and I just stripped down and go into the lake. That's what I'm doing. You can watch it.
And you're just gonna roll his eyes and be like, "Oh my goodness,
All right. You strip down
why
and
am
go
I
into the-
surrounded by idiots?"
Alright.
Infernal would have taken offense by that if she understood.
Yeah, she can't though.
Wait,
Only Glim would have heard that.
Did you want to take, like, Karina or something so you get a translator?
Yeah, that'd be fair. A good
Right.
idea.
So I guess Karina's with you.
Does Karina tell her that she said that, or that he said that?
Yeah, she translates very loosely everything.
She just frowns.
Where?
Right, so you're treading water. Is there anything specific you're doing, or are you just waiting?
Just splashing around and also waiting.
What are you waiting for? Ender calls
Provoking.
to him. Provoking that shark?
Nothing seems to be happening.
Ah,
Anyone looking out at the water, you don't see any sort of movement in it.
he starts swimming back.
Did Karina's translating all?
Yep.
She says, "Shark probably fall." Zacharias, big man.
Also, knowing a thing or two about, sea life, there's probably more than one. They have to reproduce somehow.
Yep. I prefer land life, especially the land life that I can kill with my bow. Speaking of which, why are we out here if we're not doing something?
Everyone looks at Glenn.
We were exploring, not coming back to the death place of Zacharias.
I just find a shark, but there's nothing here coming to shore.
Exactly, so let's go.
Puts his clothes on and agrees.
All right, where are you headed from here?
I guess we wanted a lay of the land, so just kind of keep going in a circle.
Do you want to Do you want
area.
to keep
I don't know.
going?
Glenn, you know the map. I don't know it.
Do you want to go around the mountain still, or do you want to explore outward? 'Cause I was thinking going around the mountain.
Whatever you want. You're the one with the map.
We'll keep going around,
So you want to go north or you want to go south?
going south.
South, there's no like mountains or anything south.
Oh well. What's this up here?
Looking this way, you can see. You don't actually see anything that way. You see the larger hill over this way.
Oh.
But it's mostly flat over here, so you can't actually see anything from where you are.
Then I want to go up and around here.
Okay, so you want to go north
Yes.
around the lake? Yep. So you start traveling the, whatchamacallit, along the beach. Takes
Nice.
you about an hour and a half. No, an hour. Takes you about an hour. And you come to the sort of the tip of the north part of the lake where you headed now.
Keep going north.
You want to head north?
Yeah.
All right. You start heading north a bit. And eventually you come across a small pile of stones set up in sort of a pyramid shape. Fernal would recognize these as sort of landmarks to sort of tell where people are.
Would I know who these would be saying are around, or is it just kind of a joke?
Yes, based on the more or less the color of the stones, you can tell that going east would take you to a tribe. Or sorry, not east, west. Going west would take you to a clan. And based on your location, would be near the Garnal clan.
She just mentions that to Karina. Garno clan that way.
Karina translates.
Interesting. Garno Clan's the one that we befriended, right?
Yep.
This is the
Fernal's
one
from.
that, yeah, Fernal's.
Yep. I'll let you tell it. Sorry.
Well, I mean, we may have to visit them soon.
Could break the news to him.
Probably. Wait, no, she doesn't understand what they're saying.
Karina's
Karina's there.
translating.
She said, probably bring new leader when you do that.
Yeah, probably have to bring Ulfric.
Well, then let's go wrap back around. Then at least we know where we'll be going.
Yes, yes.
You're heading back?
Still north.
Oh, you're heading north. Okay. After about 2 more hours of heading north, the sun is setting, and you come to another large-looking lake. This one larger than the one you were before. You were at before. And I guess knowing with your mind map, you know that this is the same lake that's near your camp.
It's crazy.
You're just on the other side of it.
It's amazing. Am I able to go further north to wrap around the lake, then go back to camp?
You can attempt to. You haven't been that far north, so you don't know how. Or actually, you looking this direction, you could see the shore is about 6 miles that way. This is another one of those really long lakes where it just goes all the way around like that.
Okay.
Going back to the way you went before is probably about 12 miles.
For sure to keep going.
Potentially, yeah.
Whatever. Glenn's the leader for this expedition.
Let's keep going if you're all ready.
Uh-huh.
I'm comfortable with going further north.
Are
Get
we anywhere too close for dragon?
I don't know.
I would
None
not
of us would
think so.
know. It was only Fufi and Terrence who would. With Infernal, maybe.
Yeah.
Fernal would know that Dragon Territory is about 20-ish miles north of the Garnal clan camp.
We're
Nothing
not-
to worry.
We're not quite that far then.
Potentially. You know, the
Okay.
Garnal clan was about there. You went about 6 miles.
I don't have a map.
I know. I was showing for Brody because this is where you
Okay.
figured out the Garnal clan was directly that direction, and then going to the tip of the lake would be about here, so about 12 miles away.
Okay.
Meaning you
Oh.
should have maybe about 8-ish miles left.
Okay.
Maybe not go north.
Hmm. Don't want to walk around the lake, do you?
Rather do that than go north.
Well, you say there's clans anywhere around, but is there any other kinds of people other than Gorks?
Knowles.
And Gnolls?
Do I know of any other kinds of people?
That's literally what they would be called, but I don't know if that's too racist.
Geez, that seems super racist. Does how would
Andrew's
could say
pretty
white-
racist himself.
You could say white
so-
hairs instead, actually.
yeah, she'll say white hairs.
White hair?
She nods. They have white hair.
Uh-huh. Anything else about them?
Very black skin.
Black skin, white hair? Odd. Are they in tribes or something like clans as well?
I don't know yet. They say they have red eyes. I only hear stories.
Well, I don't know. Red eyes, white hair, black skin.
She nods.
Sounds scary. Well, whatever. I still wonder if they ever got that camp set up.
Pah.
I mean, I don't really know what we're supposed to do now.
Pick a direction. Or stop for the night, because it is actually dark. It's getting dark. It's like twilight.
How
And
flat?
stop for the night.
How what?
How's the area like a fair place to camp?
There's like the wooded tree line not too far away from the lakes, as most of the tree lines have been.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
don't sort of open areas seem to be very rare.
Yeah,
Well, that's
'cause
good.
mostly forest.
So you're just settling down right there?
Yeah.
All right, you settle down for the night. In the morning, in the morning,
In the morning.
you all wake up. Nothing special has happened during the night. I assume you took watches, but we skip
Yes.
all that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which direction?
Further north.
All right, further north. You make your way across the beach line until you can see what looks to be a wooden log cabin.
Eh? Is that a structure
What?
I'm familiar with?
Real quick, hold on.
Oh.
You wouldn't. The structure itself is fairly alien to you. The stories would have a house made of wood, but you weren't exactly sure how it would work until you went to the players' camp, and you
Hmm.
kind of saw structures made of wood there. So this is kind of what that would seem.
I hear stories of very big orc that lives near a lake alone.
Oh.
Alone.
Hmm. Only rumors.
Well, does this wooden hut seem like something we would have seen before?
Stylized structure, maybe?
It definitely seems like a very similar style to where you guys are from.
Interesting. We should go in. See who lives here.
Can knock first.
Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. So what are you doing?
We're gonna knock on the door.
All right, so you start walking up to the cabin-looking building, and you notice it is larger. It looks like it's built for a much larger creature.
We're talking bigger than a hobgoblin.
Yes, bigger than a bugbear.
Oh, bugbear. That's what I meant.
The doorway itself seems to be about 15 to 16 feet tall.
Ferno looks at it with mild fear.
You just knock.
Yeah, knock.
Yeah.
All right, you knock on the door. Uh, you hear what sounds to be footsteps on the other side, like padded footsteps on wood. The wood creaks underneath the weight of the creature. As the door slowly opens, you have to look up to see a very large orc. He has a he has a sort of like a loincloth on, but it wraps around him, so it's not like it's not like free
Okay.
ball, and he's got like underwear with a.
I get it.
So it's like a skirt or something.
To kill.
Yeah.
No, it's got like the cloth pieces hanging, the small cloth pieces hanging off, but it wraps around as well, so that it keeps him covered.
Okay.
And another thing you notice is he doesn't have fur.
Oh,
No, he's a regular orc.
He looks, other than his size, he looks like an orc from the mainland. He doesn't look like from here.
Fernell is confused.
Well, hello
Hello?
there.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. You speak our language.
Yes, I heard there were some pink skins on the island.
Well, how long have you been here? Sorry, my
I
name
don't
is
know. It's
Ander.
hard to count the years when they don't really matter.
Wow, so you've been here for a long time then?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Well, our boat crashed, not even a few weeks ago. And, well, we were an expedition team sent out to explore new lands and,
This land isn't for you.
obviously,
This land was built for my people,
your people. What do you mean?
the Gorks.
Built?
Yes.
He'll wait. I don't understand him. I guess yeah.
Karina's
Keep forgetting to
translating.
translate. Yeah, I keep forgetting. You Gork?
He then switches to Gork. Yes, that's me.
Where is your fur?
I'm of a different breed than you, unfortunately.
Mm.
The Gorks on this island. At this point, Karina's translating for the other two. The Gorks on this island were. They sort of adapted to the climate, for this island gets very, very cold. I don't need such protection, but my smaller kinsmen do.
How long have you been here? Oh, I guess they already asked that.
He gives like a hearty chuckle. Yes,
How did you get so big?
it's well, it just sort of happened one day.
Hmm.
Well,
Do you have
is-
allies?
He gives a small smile. You could say that
Am I your ally?
if you'd like to be.
Yes.
Good. We're now allies. He holds out his massive meat of a hand.
She holds out her smaller, slightly fungus-ridden.
He just like grabs your arm and shakes it.
Spores puff out.
Oh. Well, is there anything you can tell us about these lands that would help us? We were trying to start like a small camp, village, town thing.
This island is diseased.
Seized?
Yes. The demons coming up from the underground.
Well, honestly, we don't know anything about that.
I believe you've met with them.
Met with? Oh, you mean the like the black veined? What was that? How would you know that? How did you know we meet with them?
I'm talking gnolls.
Yeah.
I'm talking drow. And I'm talking dragons.
All right.
All of which have emerged from the underground recently. They weren't here before. They're not supposed to be here.
I see.
Neither are you.
Well, obviously, I'm not from here.
But they're nice.
Depending on who he's addressing, he switches the language.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Karina's actually starting to look annoyed that she has to translate for different people and be like, "Which one?" Nice as they are, good intentions. can have negative results. The drow were nice when they first arrived.
What do they
What
do
is
now?
what is drow?
White hairs, you call them.
Hmm.
I assume you've heard of them. You look like you're from Garnel. You probably haven't seen them.
She nods.
Elves?
Yes, they're elves. Dark elves.
Oh.
How old is Ander?
I don't know. Let's see. Oh, he's 34.
Yeah, so you, no problem, would know more or less what the stories of Drow. How old is Glim?
250.
250? Yeah, you remember a time when Drow weren't a thing.
They were, and they were not.
You were born real early. Yeah, you were born around the year 50.
Yeah, I didn't do much before then.
So Glim, you
How-
may or may not, roll a history check.
History.
You know the stories of how the Drow came to be as well. Drows, dragons, and you've never heard of gnolls before, but drows and dragons. You know, at one point they were supposedly trapped in an underground in an underworld. But at some point, two people of two people made their way to one of the seals and broke it. The stories say accidentally, but they're conflicting stories. But most of them say accidentally. And from there, all of the seals started to break.
Huh.
This,
So now they're slowly breaking.
yes, this happened about 60 years ago.
Whoa.
This-
So they're in this land now too, not just in the mainland.
Yes, they showed up a few years after, not too long after. But they've
Well-
slowly been taking over the area.
How big is this island?
Not very. Compared to the mainland, anyway. Probably smaller than the Vorta Kingdom for sure. Oh, yeah, it's like 70 miles across. It's not very big at all.
The island?
Yep.
Oh. Okay, yeah, it's not that big.
Smaller than most of the kingdoms where you're from.
Kingdoms?
Large
Yes.
clans.
Mm.
With a very powerful leader at the top.
Yes. Very strong chieftain.
Like Zacharias.
Well. Yeah.
I do not know of him. You'll have to tell me his tale.
He recently got eaten by a shark.
Hmm. As
Anyway,
most
what's your name?
heroes end tragically.
What's your name?
You don't need it.
For what's your name?
He looks at you with like a softer expression. My name is Abbas.
Oh!
Oh, okay. I don't know who Abbas is.
Oh, that is good reveal. I was not expecting that.
You're obviously here
Oh.
for something. No?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. We were just exploring around, trying to figure out more details about this island and where we are.
If you want if you want to know, it's about 40 years after that campaign.
This is really cool. Now I'm really invested in what happened.
Sorry, ask your question one more time, Andrew. I missed it.
Oh, it wasn't a question. He was just saying, well, we're just kind of exploring. We came across your hut.
Are you hungry?
Of course.
Would you like to come inside?
That would be pleasant.
He opens the door a little wider and steps out of the way.
Perfect. Go in then.
You notice the house itself isn't too large comparatively to his size. It's got a bed. It's got a small table with a single chair. It has a larger trap door near the bed. Leaning against the wall is a massive metal axe. It seems in pristine condition. Hanging on the wall is a small banner that's like a slightly lightish yellow with a symbol on it that you would recognize as the Army of Light symbol from back at home. It's a group of paladins, pretty much. It's like a kingdom of paladins.
Cool.
The banner's very tattered and old looking, but it seems to be hung up with great care.
Earl looks around, amazed to see like a fully functioning cabin.
He goes over to the trap door, opens it, and goes down. After a second, he comes back up with like a handful of fruit, different fruits. Fernal, even some of which you've never seen. So some of them native to the island and some of them native to the mainland. And he comes and like dumps them in front of you.
Perfect. Andrew will dig in.
She'll try to grab the unique fruits to her from before other people can get them, so she can examine them.
All right. Ask your questions.
Well, how did you build this cabin?
I did.
We're trying to build one.
Oh, one
But
other
it's
thing is he
taking
has
a
a
while.
shelf with large looking books on it as well.
Books.
Yeah, sorry
I
about
didn't think I'd see books here.
They're very the leather bound around them is not the best. He's probably did it himself.
Anybody else have any questions?
Mm,
If anyone's curious, I'm in a question answering mood.
Fernal's going to ask, what do you want to happen to the humans or the pigskins? Do you want them to leave or die?
Leave would be preferable, but I have not the authority to kick them off the island.
where do we leave to then?
Your own land.
Back
True.
home? Oh, I agree with that. I would love to go back home.
Yes. I don't know where that is from here though.
If you pray, it might come to you. However, you say you
Pray.
came here from a boat crash.
Yeah. Well, more like something attacked the boat.
Then he must have brought you here for a reason.
Who's he?
What would he call him? The Light.
Oh, of course.
Give me a religion check. Everyone except Fernal.
Quick interjection, may I know what the heck is going on?
Oh, I didn't notice you got back. What's up?
I don't have 4 walls and a door. I had a baby gate and shelves. I tripped over the baby gate, knocking a shelf over, and yeah, a whole bunch of fun stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whoa.
They found a cabin with a very large orc in it that looks like he's from the mainland and not from the island. And
Okay.
Which we discovered he is.
yep, they pretty much confirmed it.
He may or may not be a character I've played before. Just kidding. He clearly is. He said his name.
Glim, you know the Army of Light specifically is they worship the god the light.
Yes. Yes, the Army of Light.
He nods at you.
Well, I mean, nice, I guess. I don't know what he'd want us to do, though.
Maybe he expects you to help clear the disease from this island. In which case your presence would be welcome, but I doubt it.
You help?
I do what I can within the parameters of the light, of course.
Do they live in light? Points at Pink Skin.
They may not. They don't seem
You-
followers.
You should check. She looks outside. If there is there a window?
Yeah, there's a couple windows, but again, they're fairly high up.
I see light outside.
Ha! Not that kind of light, young one.
Hmm?
Well, I mean,
The being you know as something else. Give me a second.
Sturur.
I forgot what they called him. I think it was his fairly generic orc name.
Yeah. Fairly generic orc name you usually use.
gosh, I didn't think Zacharias would die this session.
Me neither.
May I ask who all is there?
Well, we've got Glim, Ander, Infernal, and
Katarina.
Karina.
Or sorry,
Okay.
Karina.
She's on a night of Katarina.
Yeah, that was weird. Grog.
Okay.
Yep. The being you know as Grog. Which is just the god of. Which is known as he's the father. Yeah.
Hmm. So Zognus.
Yeah, he's just renamed.
I follow Grog. I follow light?
Indeed.
Then they do have light. Because they have me.
Fair enough, young one. Fair enough.
Well, if we were to help this island with its disease, where would we start?
Well, east, north, northeast.
What's
Each-
there?
Each one of those directions holds demons.
Alright. You want us to kill the demons?
I'm not saying that.
Well, I mean, I don't. I don't really care for this. I'd rather just go home.
I would too.
I only came out here for a quick money.
Money? You won't find that on this island.
I figured. The next best thing is goods. What do the Garnals and other clans like to trade for?
He
If you would know.
he then leans in close, which completely towers you because you're a halfling. You will not take goods from these people. They deserve everything they have, and you don't.
Okay.
Not want to take, but trade.
Yeah. What he
And
said.
leans back to where he was. You can talk to any of the clans. They'll tell you. Though I feel you've already met the ones that'll accept you.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's. I don't know. I don't. Would Ander know if there's any other clans that wouldn't? I know. Foofy does.
Fernal would more or less have, because I assume Fernal told people that the other clans existed and kind of what they're like.
Yeah. I feel like that was one of the first things she said.
So yeah, you'd know at least the two northernmost clans would absolutely hate you.
The Traga and Divum, right?
The Yargog and Divum, actually.
Yargog. I don't have that written down.
Traga is
Traga,
the south one.
Traga and Divum are warring, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of. I expect if we have more questions, we'll come back.
If you must.
Bernal nods very fervently.
You're very wise.
He gives you an eye. He's then gonna stand up, walk over to his shelf with the books, pulls one out and pulls a pen off of like the top of the books, and goes and sits in his chair. When you're done, you know where the door is, and he starts writing in his book.
Has Fernal ever seen writing before?
I think some of the clients have like basic, like the Garnal definitely has some basic language for written.
I suppose we go.
Yeah, really. Andrew, I'll get up and head for the door.
Fernal goes and she'll wave at the big.
He'll wave back. Goodbye, Fernal.
Goodbye, Abbess.
Should you visit me again, maybe we can talk more.
She smiles and nods fervently.
Gross.
Well, that's not how I meant it, but all right.
All right, then. I guess that's what. Okay.
All right, Josh, your characters are now together.
Gross.
Anyway,
Wow, I just realized Abbess was my first 5th edition character and the first character I ever played in a campaign with this.
it's very true.
Wow.
Yeah, that was forever ago.
It was. That was like 2.5, 3 years ago.
Yeah. Just when you think you see the last of them.
No, remember he became the champion of Rattan.
Rattan.
Yeah, the god, the light. His real name is Rattan.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah.
The name
I thought you were
Abbas knew him
saying-
by was Rattan. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was awesome. I remember being impressed by your special effects.
Thank you. So you guys leave.
Mm-hmm.
Closing the door is very difficult, but you're able to do it. Just due to the weight.
Yeah, I would imagine so, especially for two little people.
And there's no real handles for you to use.
Well, I guess we can head back to the camp now.
All right.
A little more of what's going on.
Making your way back in this to the around this direction, right, Brody? This way.
Yes.
Okay.
As Fernal goes, her glowing green hue seems to be just a little bright.
This takes you about 5.5 hours to get back to camp. Nothing else special happens along the way. So it's been about a day. People are doing things. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. I imagine Goodle's still in the tent or something, mourning or something.
Yeah, he's still in tent mourning.
When people approach, Ulfric obviously announces it. So Goodle, you hear the announcement of the party coming back. If you wanted to go out to meet them or something.
He'll kind of go out. He'll leave the tent and just kind of mosey on over. So how was the exploration?
Filled
Well,
with adventure. Woo. Katarina starts walking away. Or sorry, Karina. Gosh dang it.
Seeing
Well,
as her
we
only translator
visited-
leaves, Fernal also leaves.
Oh, well, we visited the lake. Where Zacharias was eating. And we kept going, and we found this wooden hut with an orc in it from the mainland.
Oh, that's not something I expect to see.
No, and then he told us a lot about just bad things that have been happening, things we should do. It's apparently the gnolls, the drow, and the dragons are all evil, and we need to kill them. We'll leave. I don't know. I guess we're a blight on the land or whatever.
Okay then.
Yeah, it's odd. Whatever. I think I'll just go turn in for the night. If it's nighttime, I don't know what time of day it is.
It took you about 2 hours to get to his place. You probably spent maybe an hour there. Took you another 5.5 hours. So there's a little bit of daylight left, but not much.
Sorry.
How much food do we have left? Let's see.
31. Which Goodle still has, 1 day's ration that he took.
Yes, technically
put it
you
back.
should have less than that because a day went by. I just hadn't calculated everything yet.
Well, I know each of us that left grabbed 2 days' rations when we left, and then so we lost 2 days when our great lord and master went down.
Yep.
Then the rest of us still had our 2, so that was 6 days total.
So you're about at 20 right now.
Okay. Oh, and then we did bring back a deer.
Yep. You're at 20 right about now. And I'm taking 3 days off of the house construction.
Yay!
How much longer until the house is constructed?
80 more successful checks.
Ugh. Oh.
Somebody's got a crit at some point, right? You got a lot of crit failures, which is kind of funny.
Oof.
We
If
did
we
have a
just
crit
go-
20 on the same time someone had a crit fail, so that was a.
That's true.
If we all went all in on this hut,
Yeah, you could probably get it done fairly quick.
Well, Goodle is gonna go back to the tent and just kind of sleep again.
All right.
yeah. Well,
And then in real life,
how much? Yeah.
I think we'll end it there.
Yeah, perfect place.
Thank you, adventurers, so much for watching. If you liked, please leave a like down below. If you want to see more, head to our channel, check out some of the other stuff. And until next time, we'll see you around the campfire. See.
See you guys.
Goodbye.
Good night or morning.